Hi guys, it's Raman Gill with Remax Millennium Real Estate here today. Today I want to talk about the different ways that you can make $1 million through real estate. There are lots of different ways, but I'm just going to touch on a few today. So for example, you can make $1 million in real estate, number one, by owning a property, let's say that's worth $1 million and paying off your mortgage. Once the mortgage is cleared, that property is worth $1 million. You no longer owe anyone, and you have access to $1 million worth of real estate. Another way you can make maybe $1 million through real estate would be buying multiple properties. For example, paying the first approach, paying down your mortgage could take you a lot longer, maybe 25, 30 years. I don't know if you want to wait that long. So another way you could do it, maybe you could have multiple properties where each property is going to go up in value, and the increase in value will give you $1 million. So for example, let's say you have 5 properties and each property goes up $200,000 in value in a year. That's a different approach on how you could make $1 million in real estate in 1 year. Or maybe if you have 10 properties and they each go up 100,000, that's also another way to make $1 million in real estate in a year. Another way that you could make $1 million in real estate is through flipping properties. When you're flipping properties, you buy properties that are under market value, and you buy them for less than they are worth. You put a little bit of money into renovations, you bring them up to value, and then you flip them, and basically you unlock the profit. So let's say you buy 3 properties, each one's maybe I don't know, $360,000 under market value, and you put $25,000 worth of work into each of those properties. Then you flip each of them, you get roughly $335,000 worth of equity out of each property. That equals $1 million in real estate and profit that you could make, and you can make that very quickly. That could take place in a month, 3 months, 6 months, so you don't necessarily need to wait as long as some of the previous approaches to make $1 million. Another way that you could make $1 million in real estate is through rental income. Let's say you have multiple properties and they pay you rent. That rent could equal up to be $1 million worth of income in real estate. So for example, let's say you got 10 properties, whether they be commercial or residential. They could be multi-unit. They're paying you 10 grand a month rental income each. That's about $120,000 a month. Once you multiply that by 12, you're making over $1 million a year in real estate. So that's a different approach, and that's more of a more passive approach where you kind of just sit back and own and you collect the money. And then finally, the last way, well, it's not the last way, there is lots of other ways, but another way, I guess it is kind of luck, or it depends on who the person wants to hand their property down to, is through inheritance. You could inherit over $1 million worth of real estate when someone passes away, if you are on their will or their estate. And once that happens, you definitely want to get the property evaluated. If a family member or loved one has left you with the property and you don't know what it's worth, chances are the property could be mortgage free, and it could be worth over $1 million on the market today. So that's a good way to get $1 million worth of real estate, is through inheritance. And yeah, so those are some ways that you can make $1 million through real estate. There is lots of other ways to do it. Feel free to get in touch with me today, 647-981-2013, or feel free to like and subscribe to our channel, and yeah, we can discuss more ways that you can make $1 million in real estate.